Okay.
So it's 134 and into a breeze. Normally I can hit my 8-iron about 137 to 138. So I think it's a perfect 8-iron.
Perfect 8-iron. Do we want to miss it?
Wind's crossing just a little bit, so I think it's actually, once it gets up, it'll drop to the right. So I'm going to hit it about 20 feet left of the flag and let it drift back in and just drop with a little baby cut.
Okay, and we're talking about a little bit of a right pin placement here. So he's going to aim more to the middle of the green. Looks like there's a bunker right in front of the pin and right behind the pin. So distance control is the thing. Now we picture that shot in our head of how this is going to go. Is it going to roll over a little bit for us?
It's sitting pretty good. It's just in the light rough, but I think it'll be fine.
I mean, the ball flight going to roll over a little bit.
It's going to be mid-height.
Mid-height.
So what I do is my swing, my shot routine has always been to pick out a spot out in front of the ball about, in this case it's real easy because there's a sprinkler head right here, right in front of my ball about 3 steps. That sprinkler head will line me up about 15 to 18 feet left of the hole.
And that's
which is kind of the shot I'm trying to hit. So this is going to be pretty simple. Just get the club face set, going right there. Make sure that I'm not closed off like we were in the previous videos, and make sure my feet are aligned properly. Take it away and try to keep it nice and firm like Jonathan's told me, and hopefully I'll hit a good shot.
Okay, here we go.
I think that's pretty good. Looks like
that's
it's
very
10 or 12 feet left of the hole.
He was aiming right over the sprinkler head. It went right over the sprinkler head, which is right in line with the edge, the left edge of that bunker right up in front, and that's exactly where the ball goes. The only thing it didn't do, the wind didn't blow it over a little bit.
I thought it might.
You hit it too straight.
Yeah, right.
I tell that to Q sometimes. That ball's spinning so tight and so good, no side spin on it, that sometimes it just doesn't move. Let's go up and take a look at it. Let's try this again, see what we can do.
I'm going through that pre-shot routine you taught me a week or 2, 3 weeks ago. And I've been hitting the ball much straighter, by the way. Probably about as good as I'm going to hit it right there. Still a little bit towards the toe, right?
Still a little bit towards the toe, but definitely by going, this is his own club, and this is very, very similar to where it was before. I would probably have to say this club is probably 1 up. I wouldn't be opposed to him actually going 2 up to get it just towards the center a little bit more. They can always be bent, but with his swing just a little bit in progress here of what we've been doing in the last month or so, that I probably wouldn't recommend him doing it for a little while. Come back here in a couple months and do it again, see how it goes. But there was definitely a correction here from the standard lie to this one, and it's very similar to what it was 2 up. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one is 2 up or 1 up either. One of the things he talked about too, that we actually played last week a little bit, and I did notice that he was taking a much more aggressive lines, especially with his driver. 16, number 3, and stuff like that, trying to shorten the hole a little bit for him. And I was just wondering what the mindset behind that was.
Well, the confidence that you instilled with the pre-shot routine gave me confidence that I was going to hit the ball where I was actually aiming. And the drill that we worked on where you taught me to get my left hip out of the way and fire my right side, I picked up a little bit of yardage. So instead of hitting a 5-iron 165 yards, I'm hitting it 172, 173 now. And so instead of hitting a driver 235, I'm hitting it 250. 250. So it's working.
Yeah, well, that was some of the things that I noticed. There was a couple holes, like I said, number 3, number 16, which is a kind of a sweeping dogleg right around the water, and usually equipment usually hits it out there to about 120, 130. And last time we played, he lined up. He was right on the water's edge, and he hit it, and he was like about $1.04 away. And
Yeah.
I was like, boy, that's a pretty aggressive line. He doesn't usually do that, but. I asked him when he was out there, and he said, yeah, I'm feeling good, and I can hit the ball where I want it to. So some of this is really starting to pay off. Now, what we learned on the practice tee and what he's been working on the range a little bit is definitely transferring out to the course. So,
well, especially I'd like to say that the sand bunker lesson that we had has really helped me a lot. Just opening up the blade, the amount that you showed me to open it up. And basically taking the same kind of move away from it, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little steeper, I can hear that thump that you want to hear when you hit the big bunker shot. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, he was much more of a chipper like we did before out of the sand, and the divots, they weren't kind of an explosion. It was just more of a push and stuff, and like he said, we opened it up a little bit. I think he's conscious now of going under the ball and lifting it out a little bit more, because I think he can do that with the open club face. So that's good to hear.